Hello, vlog. What is up, everybody? It's been a few days since I put up a video. I tried to put one up yesterday, but something happened and it wouldn't upload properly. So I did not upload a video yesterday, and the day before I didn't. What has been going on? I've been hitting Instagram pretty hard. I'm sitting at about 2,652 followers as I sit here right now, which is good. That 2,400 hump I was on sucked. I got stuck on 2,400 for way longer than I should have. 2,500 went pretty quick. 26 seems to be going pretty quick. Pretty confident that I'll hit 3,000 by the end of the week, which is awesome because that puts me right on track for 5,000 by the end of March, which makes me very happy. I'm going on the local news tomorrow morning. It's my first time really being on the news as myself and not for work. Like, obviously when I'm doing it for work, I'm myself, but this is the first time that it's based on something specifically that I'm doing on my own, not through work, which is awesome. We'll talk about work because I think it's important that I promote the cooking classes because that's a big part of what I do and it connects to why I'm there. But it's more about me, and I'm doing like knife demos and showing people how to use a knife and how to cut things properly. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty happy about that. I'm struggling with videos, cooking videos specifically. I don't know why, but I'm definitely having trouble getting motivated to make videos. Not really having any problems anywhere else right now. I'm really not sure why I'm struggling on making videos. I don't know. It's not even necessarily a motivational thing. It's just, I don't know. But I gotta get my ass in gear and make videos. What else is going on? I hung out with the blogger yesterday morning. She came to the market with me. And then came back here, took a bunch of pictures. I made some food. It was really good. That'll come out in the next, I think she's a week and a half, which is pretty cool. I wrote a blog article for this guy who's been on me since before Christmas to write him a blog article, so I did that. Yeah, I mean that's what's going on. Just lots and lots and lots of stuff. It's hard to keep track of it all. So my main focus, I'm really focusing on not cross-branding, but making content that I can transform into content for other platforms. So I was talking to the blogger about this yesterday, and I think that it's a really good way to do things. So every morning I wake up at 4:35, whatever, and I come up with one piece of content. So before, even just a few weeks ago, I would focus on trying to come up with a different piece of content for every platform. And it was incredibly difficult because there's so many platforms. So let's say there's 5 platforms that I'm running right now. Let's say, just for shits and giggles, that it's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, the blog, and the podcast. So 6. Let's call it 6. All right, so in my mind, I had to come up with 6 different pieces of content, which to do that every day, every morning, or even 2 or 3 times a week is really, really difficult. So what I'm doing now is coming up with one piece of content a day. And whether it is on Instagram, or whether it's on the blog, or whether it's on the podcast, or whether it's a video, no matter where it starts, I can then use that content and manipulate it to specific platforms. So, for example, let's say I start and I have some sort of inspiration for an Instagram post. So, all of my Instagram posts are fairly long form, some pictures, and then very detailed instructions or just very detailed tips or whatever it is. Like, I just put up a post about legumes, and it's like a very detailed kind of breakdown of the process of cooking with legumes, soaking them, all that stuff, right? So, based on that, from that, I can take that content, take that text exactly, and put that in a blog, expand it a little bit, talk more about, you know, specific types of legumes or different recipes. So break that, add to that to make it slightly bigger. But I mean, I still have that core. I really only need to add 3-4 more paragraphs to make it a blog post because it's already maxing out the text limit on my Instagram post. Right? So then I can take that, and I mean, the Instagram post really can be transferred to Facebook fairly easily, just as is, or kind of shorten the text slightly. Really, it can go either way. So, I mean, that's 3 platforms covered. Twitter, just snippet the fucking text. Snippet the text to 140 characters or whatever the limit is now. Take out the most important parts of the text and snippet that. Add the picture. See you later. Done. So, and I mean, the podcast is simple. I just essentially read what I've written or just talk about it. Simple. So then I have content for all of my platforms, and it's taking me a lot less time. And if I can't think of an Instagram post, then maybe I can come up with a blog post instead and then reverse that. So if I start with the blog post, it's the same thing. Like, I take some pictures or whatever, or I find some pictures that I have in my library, and then I kind of edit my blog post down into an Instagram post, into a Facebook post, into a Twitter post, and then I read that out, altering it slightly for a podcast. So it's all kind of feeding things, and it's making my morning a lot more efficient. It's making me a lot quicker and a lot more efficient at pumping content out. And I'm trying to kind of take the weekend not off, but a little easier. At least I did this weekend. I'm not sure I'm going to keep up with that. I think that I'll just keep hustling on the weekend. I might not do the pod. I might choose 1 or 2 things that I'm not going to do on the weekend and then focus on everything else, just so I have a little bit of time to myself. But we'll see. So that's kind of where I'm at. But even with all that, I'm still struggling with video. And again, I'm not sure why. It's not that I don't have ideas. It's not that I don't have the technology. I mean, clearly I do. It's just, again, I don't even really know what it is. I know that I just need to do it. And I think that's it. So that's where I'm at, really. And I think I talked about this probably last week or the week before about, focusing on creating content that I can use on all my platforms. And so that's really where I'm at. And the better at that I get, the more platforms I'll be able to hit with that. So let's say I'm getting even better at it, and I'm taking boomerang videos for posts, or I'm filming companion videos even. So I do the Instagram post, and then that goes to the blog, and then that goes to Twitter and Facebook, and then that goes to the podcast. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I should make a video of it. So then I make the video, and then I can snippet the video, maybe make it musically, or something like that, right? So the more, or Snapchat, or whatever. So the more content I can make based on one idea, the better, the more efficient I'll be. And that's really where my focus is right now. The only other thing I'm really kind of working on is stories, like Instagram stories and stuff like that, because I'm really struggling to find my place there. So with basic Instagram posts, I'm good. I'm nailing it. I'm getting tons of feedback, tons of interaction on them. in terms of like comments and likes, but most importantly comments and favorites. A lot of people are like favorite like saving, I guess is the term, saving my posts, because you can see that in the analytics, which is awesome. So I'm killing it on the posts. It's just I'm struggling to find my footing in the story section, and I know it's just a matter of doing it. But the whole point for me of all of this is that it's not about me. So I don't really want to do like a selfie style thing where I'm talking, and I don't really want to do stories about things that I'm going to post. But I mean, I guess I could. If I'm cooking something, I'm going to make a post about it. There's no reason why I couldn't do stories. But to me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a weirdo about it. So that's what I'm kind of trying to work on now, is figuring out my place or my footing with stories and with Snapchat as well. I still am unsure about Snapchat's place in the future, so I'm trying not to invest too much time in it, although that might end up biting me in the ass. And honestly, that's just based on my gut feeling as a user. I don't find Snapchat super user friendly in terms of being able to find people to follow, in terms of being able to find followers, in terms of shareability. The features are cool and stuff, and like I have a group at work where we send snaps back and forth, and that's all well and good. But for me as a brand, I don't really, at this point, see my value, its value to me, simply because I don't like using it. And I know that that's foolish. I know that it's not about me, but I feel like if I find it kind of counterintuitive to use, which I do, I find a lot of the way it works counterintuitive. I feel like a lot of other people probably do too. And so I'm trying not to invest too much time into Snapchat right now. I'm keeping an eye on what's coming up. Same with Twitter. I'm not really investing a ton of time in Twitter either. My main focus really is Instagram. And I know I have to diversify that, but I want to build a good base. Once I hit about 5,000, that's when I'll start kind of diversifying and try and leech some of my Instagram followers to other platforms, depending on what's popping in 2 months, because who knows. And Facebook's kind of just growing itself, really slowly, but it's happening. I got a few followers from the article that came out the other day. Probably get a few tomorrow, because tomorrow's the first time that my handles have been on the news when I'm actually on the news. Other times it's always my work's handles. So that'll be good. I'm sure that'll give me something on some of the platforms. So, I mean, everything's growing. It's just the only thing I'm really focused on growing, like really focused on growing, is Instagram. And that does worry me a little bit, because if, I wake up tomorrow and Instagram's gone, that's months of work gone. But I am prepared to start over if I need to. It's just a matter of figuring out a new platform. I just have to figure out what that platform is. I have been messing with Live Me a lot, but mostly I just play guitar on it, or just talk to people. So I'm not really sure where I should spend the majority of my attention. I mean, obviously I know that Facebook is valuable, but Facebook's the kind of thing where I guess I don't really know. I don't really know. So I guess research. I guess I have to do some research. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to focus on Instagram. And I just noticed probably just before Christmas, I put up a post. I don't even remember what the post was. And a clothing brand from California commented that they needed to get me in their clothes. And I was like, I sent a and I didn't notice until today that they said to message them, to like DM them. And it was like December 22nd, and I did not do that. But that's all right. I don't think it really would have been a fit for me anyway. But I thought that was kind of funny that I just noticed that. Anyway, this video is pretty long, so I'm gonna cut it there. But that's what's going on. So I'm just focusing on one key piece of content every day that I can put across all my platforms. Yeah. Figuring out what I should do with the stories, and figuring out another platform that I should really be focusing on. Anyway, I hope that you are having a good Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.